All right, so jumping straight into this video, it has come to my attention that my most popular video is definitely the one about how to make money using the hideout. So if you're interested in that, there will be a card up in the top right corner. Just want to apologize in advance for my voice. I just woke up and I'm a little bit sick, but we're going to get this video out there. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an update on everything that I do in the hideout at this point in the wipe, because it's a little bit different than when I made that video a couple weeks into the wipe. So a few things have changed for me up to this point. Also, as a little bit of a bonus, we're going to be doing a sell-off at the end of the video. I've been crafting for 2 or 3 days now and I've accumulated a lot of stuff, and I believe I mentioned in that video that I like to build up a lot of stuff, fill up a junk box, and then sell it all. My junk box isn't quite full yet, but I thought it would be fun to do that. So if you look up in the top right corner, we're sitting at 27.5 mil. So at the end of the video, we'll sell it all. We'll do some math and we'll see how much money I made. Anyways, we're here for the hideout. We're here for the update to show you guys what all is different and what all I'm doing now. I have a video on everything you can do with a max hideout. So if you're interested in that, that'll be up in the corner as well. But as you can see, everything in my hideout is completely max level. So we can basically do whatever we want other than crafts that are locked behind quests. All right, so jumping straight in, we're going to move over to the workbench. Not much has changed here other than the fact that I've incorporated these printed circuit boards into my rotation. So I will do the round pliers and the printed circuit board. I will flip-flop those. And just as a refresher, the reason why we flip-flop crafts is because it affects your crafting skill. If you just do the same craft over and over and over, you're not going to level up your crafting skill. Which previously in my last video, there were a few stations where I was crafting the same thing over and over and my crafting skill was going up very slowly. So I switched to rotating everything and my skill is going up a lot faster. So over here on this, we're still doing the round plier and now we're doing the printed circuit board. And at nighttime, I am doing the wires craft and I will get to the reason why here in a second. But again, refresher on these yellow pliers, I buy them at 10k or less. Thanks to my last video, these things have kind of went up in price, but you can still get them at certain times in the day for really cheap. I just bought a bunch under 10k. And then for the printed circuit boards, I tried to buy these DVDs under 15k, but I believe you're good up to about 20 to 25. But at the end of the day, the goal is to get crafting up. So even if I have to overspend on an item, that's fine, because overall I'm still making a ton of money using the hideout. So these are my 3 crafts on the workbench: round pliers, printed circuit board during the day, and then I do the wires at night. And the reason why I do the wires at night is because over here on Proper, he has a trade for this Ash 12, requires 1 MCB and 1 bundle of wires. Now, if you guys haven't seen my video on the 5 quick money barters, that'll be up in the top right hand corner of the screen. Basically, you trade this MCB, this bundle of wires. Total together, the price of these 2 things is 40k. And then you turn around and sell this Ash 12 to Mechanic for 79k. So quick money. I craft the wires so I don't have to buy them every time I do this trade. I only have to buy the MCB. All right, so that's going to do it for the workbench. That's everything I'm doing over there. We're going to move over to the lavatory. Now I'm doing 3 crafts on this one as well. Right now I'm rotating between the Cordura and the filter. Now I'm doing the Cordura as a money maker because these things are usually going for a little over 20k. Actually, right now they are selling for an insane amount, so that's really good. 4 of these backpacks costs about 8k. You craft one of these up and then you can sell them for between 20 and 30k. And I'm also rotating between that and this filter. Now this one is not really a money maker because these gas masks are kind of expensive, but the reason why I do that is because you need 2 of these filters for the FP100 filter absorber. Now the reason why we want to be crafting these filter absorbers at nighttime is because we need them for the air filtering unit, and we need the air filtering unit running non-stop so we can be leveling our hideout management skill. So as you can see, a lot of these crafts are kind of tying into each other and they all have benefits in different places. So we're crafting these filters using the water filters in the water collector, getting these filters by crafting them. We're getting these filters by making purified water, and everything just kind of ties together. So that's it for the lavatory, and we're gonna move on. All right, so next up is the scav case. This one's pretty simple. I'm just running the 2500 scav case non-stop. I don't believe running the scav case has any effect on your crafting skill, so that's the only reason why I'm doing this one non-stop. But if it does, let me know down in the comments, because I will start switching it up between the 2500 and the 15k. Now, if you haven't seen my video on running the 2500 case 10 times so you don't have to, that'll be up in the top right hand corner. 2500 case has been absolutely awesome for me. It's like a 99% chance that you won't lose money on it, and a lot of times I'm getting really good stuff. Like I got a U-lock the other day, I sold that for 100k on the flea. Get really good armors that sell for 50 to 80k, and it's just basically impossible to lose money on this thing overall. All right, moving on from there, obviously we have the water collector and the booze generator. I keep these things going 24/7 as much as I can. I know in the last video I said it wasn't worth crafting the moonshine because it was more worth it to just sell the super water, but the super water has gone down a lot since my last video. I think my last video they were selling for around 180k. Now they're sitting at 140. So right now it's kind of worth it to craft the moonshine. You're still not making that much money because sugars are insanely expensive. You guys remember I said I was crafting sugar to sell it when it hits 60k. It hits 60 to 70k every single wipe. Keep in mind for next wipe, save up all those sugars, craft them early, and you will make millions when they jump up this high. All right, up next we got the nutrition unit. I accidentally started it when I reset my crafts, so sorry about that. Right now I'm rotating between sugar and these EWRs, and the reason is sugar I need for crafting moonshine. It's kind of like a losing money battle because these things are very expensive. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about losing money right now. I care about getting my crafting skill up. And then I'm crafting these EWRs because these sell for about 20k a piece. Let's check them out right now. Sitting around 18 to 20, so not too bad, but this is a good money maker right here. The sugar is not a very good money maker. I just use it to craft moonshine. And then at night I craft these coffee beans, and the reason for that is because Ragman has a very good trade for a gazelle. Find it, I am so blind. But it has a very good trade for a gazelle. 3 of these coffee beans, 2 of these gold chains. If you craft these, they're a little bit cheaper than buying them. I just do those at nighttime so I can get a couple of gazelles during the day. And that's pretty much going to be it for what I'm doing in the nutrition unit right now, rotating between sugar and EWR and crafting the coffee beans at night. And last but not least, we have the med station. So right now I'm rotating between the pile of meds as usual and the Salewa first aid kit. Now the Salewa is not a very good money maker, but I do rotate between it because I actually use the Salewa. That's my main med that I use. So I will just build up a huge stockpile of these things and use them as I play the game. And then if I get too many, I'll sell off about half of them and then just keep using the rest that I have. So I rotate between the Salewa and the pile of meds. Now pile of meds are going for a lot more than they were in my last video. I think last video they were going for like 7 or 8k. Now sometimes they go for up to 15, 16k. It just depends on the time of day. And then Salewas, they usually go for a decent amount, around 26, 27. So not making much money if at all on these, but I do use them, so it does save me a little bit of money there. And then at nighttime, I don't really craft anything on this. I used to back in the day do the defibrillator, but I don't think it's very profitable to do that. If anything, I'm going to be doing the 7 propitols because I use propitols, but other than that, there's nothing that really makes sense to craft at night over here. So that's it for crafting. Other than that, the only other thing I'm doing is running the air filtering unit non-stop because again, it non-stop levels your hideout management. It's very expensive to keep this thing going, but for me it doesn't matter. I'd rather get my hideout management skill up as much as I can. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump over here. As you can see, I've got my junk box. This is everything that I've collected from crafting over, I'd say, the last 2 or 3 days. And then we've also got our moonshines over here, and then we've got all of our EWRs over here, and then we've got our Salewas right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get everything out, put it all in our stash so we can see it, and then we're going to do a huge sell-off just so you guys can see about what I would make from selling everything in a 2 to 3 day period. All right, so we got everything transitioned over. This is everything that we're going to be selling right here. Typically, I'll start with the things that are going to sell easier, like the Moonshine, the EWR, Salewas, Corduros, stuff like that. These pile of meds and these printed circuit boards, I want to get top dollar, so I list them a little bit high in hopes that the price will drop down. So sometimes it takes longer to sell all of these, but I'd rather get more profit out of these because I have a lot of them. Again, we're starting at 27,500,000. I'm gonna get everything sold, and then we will go into the messenger and hit accept and see how much money we made. Also, I have these Bitcoins down here. I totally forgot about that. I got 5 of those, so we will be selling those as well. Okay, we have sold everything except for one of the Corduras that might sell while we're doing this section of the video. But I wanted to go ahead and collect everything because that might take a second. Anyways, we're sitting at 27,357,000 after all of the flea market fees. So we spent roughly 150K on the flea market fees. Go ahead and sell all of this to therapists. Looks like Bitcoins are up to 423K, which I believe the last time I sold them, they were sitting at 380. So that's actually a really nice little surprise. We'll go ahead and sell all of this to therapists and see what we're looking like. These two, almost 2.5 mil, so we'll go ahead and sell those, and then we will go ahead and click all on everything we sold from our junk box, and we are sitting at almost 34 mil. So starting at 27,500, let me do the math real quick. That means we sold everything for 6,328,946 rubles. Now, keep in mind that is not all complete profit other than the Bitcoin, because obviously we have to buy the items to craft. But I'm not going to sit here and do the math because honestly, it changes so much. The price of everything that you need to buy for the craft changes. But just keep in mind, this is just like a passive income kind of thing. If you just craft stuff in your free time before a raid, whatever, every few days, you're going to be making a lot of money. And doing this has allowed me to accumulate this much money, and it just makes sure I never have to worry about money when I'm running my raids. So nonstop 24/7 in the background, I'm always making money. And if you stack that on top of everything else that I've showed you guys in my videos, gonna make a ton of money. Now, do I have as much money as some people who just no life the game and just run raids and do money runs all the time? No, but I'm sitting good at this point in the wipe. I'm not worried about money at all, and that is the whole point of using the hideout. So if you guys have been following along with all of the things that I've been showing you on how to make money, you should be incredibly rich right now, hopefully. And I really hope that these videos have kind of helped you to get ahead in the wipe, and it will also help you to understand what you need to focus on when the game wipes again in December. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. If you guys have been using the hideout to make a bunch of money like this, let me know down in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little update on what I'm doing with the hideout. It should give you an idea of how I've transitioned from early wipe into mid wipe. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.